Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great evening. It was delightful in Wichita. About 74 degrees, no wind. And I hope some of you were able to see the moon and Venus in the western sky last night a little after twilight. It was absolutely spectacular. And if you missed it last night, if it's clear in your area, be sure to step outside and take a peek tonight. It's one of those spectacular sights that nature gives us, and pays to spend some time and get the feeling of oneness and connectedness to us all, and the great beauty that surrounds us. Not much news overnight. The markets are pretty quiet. The Asian equity markets are still trading higher off the change in China's stock market rules that were allowed last Friday after the People's Bank cut their reserve requirements by 100 basis points. And the Chinese talk about the potential QE1 for China. So these central banks, the only thing they can point to right now with their contracting economies around the globe for most part, slowing growth in China, slowing growth in the United States, Germany, depending on the quarter, can look like it's headed for recession or is starting to grow again, are the stock markets, and they're going to do everything in their power to talk it up. Some Greek news out overnight that they're becoming more accommodative. Greece recognized that if they're going to get through this, they have to cooperate with the EU. I saw April 24th as a potential deadline. I also saw May 11th. My guess is it'll be closer to May 11th than April 24th because of the ability for politicians and bureaucracies to kick the can down the road and get most of what they want. They're experts at playing that particular game. So I would look for, come Friday, the 24th, no change in the Greek status, but the negotiations will continue. So what does that leave us with today? We have today's news. We have FHFA, Housing Price Index. It is put out by a government bureaucracy. No one pays any attention to it. But they're showing housing prices around the United States going up 0.6%. Then we've got existing home sales at 5.04 million. That's kind of 5 million is kind of a default figure. We seem to sell pretty close to 5 million on an annualized rate of existing homes every time the report comes out. Then crude inventories at plus 2.7. And last week it was at 1.6. Prior to that, we'd seen some 10 million barrel prints, but supposedly the production in from Texas north to North Dakota is falling off quickly, faster than anybody had ever estimated. So what does that leave us for today? We are in a trading range. We got a seller at 130. We have had a buyer at 129. And we're at 12.5 right now. We've got stops below 8, so I think we got a chance of getting those. TPOs say lower, volume says higher. We're split. Everything kind of is shaping up for a trading range. And with the news focus, existing home sales, that news late, I don't think we're going to have much news to drive the trading in the U.S. either. So we're going to try to buy into weakness. We're going to try to sell into strength. Resistance starts at 16, and support starts at 8. And we'll just play for that. So our first buy is going to be 5 to 9. Second buy is going to be 1 to 29. On the sell side, 15 to 19, sell 1. And then 23 to 27, sell 2. And we'll see how she plays out. Okay, the play in the note is pretty much straight up against the E-mini. The play in the bond will be the contraction expansion of the knob spread versus what's going on, and tied to what's going on in the E-mini. So right now you can see that we've got ourselves at 165, and we have had support at 163, and we're currently at 14. The market is trying to trade lower right now. I think it can go a little bit lower. So we're going to put a 1 to 5, buying against the buck where support is. And I'm going to put a question mark by 9. The buy zone might be 9 to 13. I don't know. But I think we can go a little bit lower. And then 25 to 29. Okay, we've had 1 and 3/8 moves have been the minimal. So 62.28 would take us down to 62.16 to 62.24 might be where the best support is. On the sell side, last rotate stopped at 21, so 19 to 23, sell 1. And last rotate up yesterday was 07. We got volume at 31. And because this market can really move, we'll make 31 to 03 for sell 2. When I got up early this morning, gold was trading where it was yesterday at 12.02. Not much change. So our 5 area, 5 to 10, remains resistance, and 90 to 95 remains support. The structure is leaning for lower prices, so 3 to 5, sell 1. 8 to 10, sell 2. Trading range, support 90 to 95, resistance 5 to 10. You can just see it when you look at it. We're moving sideways. There's not enough news to break it today, so 95, 97 by 1. 90, 92 by 2. At the euro, pretty quiet overnight. It's a 107 minus, so you got 675 to 107 even as support, and you got 108, 108 and a quarter as resistance. So sell 1. This 75 to 108 area, and then sell 2 is going to be 25 to 50, and we've got enough volatility. And it's a band that we want to look at where we want to get long. Then 7, 7 and a quarter by 1. And then 650, 675 by 2. Like I said, the Greek news, Greece is going to sign whatever the European Union asks them to sign, because they don't have any choice. Will they adhere to it? My guess is probably not. They'll say anything, and then they'll go back to business as usual, trying to work the edges, get the money, get the check in. We'll deal with whatever we do and whatever they don't like or like later in the next round of negotiations. Northern Europe likes exporting to the Greek market. They like that financed by low interest rates. And that certainly hasn't changed in the talks. So the issue has always been, can they repay it? And the answer is no. So how do you how do you soften the blows? And that's where they are right now. So no one is willing to fess up and address what really is going on right here, the fact that they can't pay, and that Northern Europe likes to export to them. It's a good market for them. So we'll see how she goes. 56.75, 57, sell one. I'm going to pick up this area right here. Sell two. Got volume up here, 57.50 to 75. This market can move. If we fail to get through 56.50, that makes 55.50 a trading target. So kind of have a saddle formation right here. There's a good chance that we won't get much above 75. May stall at 50, so we're going to put first buy at 55.50, 75, second buy at 55, even 55 and a quarter. Okay, the two videos that I did yesterday are posted under Charlie's videos. We're going to try to keep the stuff that I do topical, and you can go there and find what you like. The instructional portal that we're creating on our website will be more for Chris's films on the software, and today is Wednesday. I'll see what Chris wants to talk about, or if he's going to be there today. If y'all have any questions right now that you want Chris to address on the software, fire them to me, and we'll make sure that's what Chris talks about. And those will be posted under instructional videos, so you can go back and make them yours over time. So please send me the issues that you want Chris to talk about today, okay? Here we're going to look at the F1 screen first on the E-mini, just to let us know where we are and what the market's trying to do. And we have ourselves a trading range. And right now, as it stands, we've rejected prices below 75, and we've run into a brick wall at 21.05. 30 to 40 points is what we expect out of this market. So 40 points from 21.05 takes us down to the 65 area right over here. 30 points takes us down to the 75 area. And we've got volume or an attractor at 75, so that's a possibility. Lower high, lower low. Market is trying to trade lower. We've got this low volume number at 83, so we got to take out and change the 83 area from support to resistance to get to 75, and then stops below 65 would be the next play. China's markets are up again some 3% collectively, 3.91. Europe's markets collectively are down 2.5%. So like doing a London split, we tried to rally in London, could not get through 2100. Then the market starts down, and you can see if I put London back in, has the clear. Really looks like a B, doesn't it? So we've got a move coming out of this volume area, the overnight mode, 93, the overnight mode, 90, close to 95, the mean. Yesterday's mean at 94. The mode was at 90. Day before that, so we got a lot of volume, say 90 to 95, and we've got to move out of that area. Down here, we've got support just below 80. I still have the gap on the charts. That has not been rebuilt on my server. So support is at 80.82 buy 1, and 75.77 for buy 2. On the sell side, we're at 87, so 89.91, sell 1. 94, 96, sell 2. Pretty much where we were yesterday. The news, FHFA, no one pays any attention to. I know it is redundant. I did give it before, but at plus 0.6. And that's from a bureaucracy that is more than self-serving. Existing home sales. You'd have to say, though, every entity or every bureaucracy or, private, public, anything like that is self-serving. They want to stay in business, right? And they want to be held as least accountable as possible and get the most money as possible. I think if you could operate the way the government does, never held accountable, make more money, budget goes up every year, not tied to economic consequences, not tied to the consequences of your decisions, and just life rolls on beautifully. Isn't that amazing? The suicide goes on. Of course. The DEA, people don't understand this. The prosecutors, the DEA, and the drug cartels have a vested interest in the other ones staying alive and kicking. Now, the DEA and the rest of it have to have so many arrests a year. Those are the casualties of war. The cartels understand it. But without a thriving drug market, what would the DEA do? What would the prosecutors do? What would the prisons do? If you didn't throw really small-time drug abusers into jail, what would that do to the prison population? Depending on whose stuff you read, it might cut it as high as 50%. So, yeah. That's where we are with that. So I'll take about 20 minutes to get everything up and posted. See y'all as fast as I can. I have almost all the software up and running, so I think we're close to being back to normal today. Later.